Hey, warrior, I need you to stop what you're doing for a moment. Stop scrolling. Stop distracting yourself. Stop running from the question you've been avoiding for years. The question is simple, but it cuts deep. Are you actually living your life? Or are you just waiting for permission to start? Look around you. Most people are sleepwalking. They wake up in the same bed, eat the same breakfast, drive the same route, sit in the same chair, complain about the same problems, and go to sleep hoping tomorrow will somehow be different. But tomorrow never is. Because they're waiting for the right moment, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for someone to tell them it's okay to chase what they want. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the ancient world, wrote this from his tent on a battlefield. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Read that again. You could leave life right now, not tomorrow, not when you're ready, right now. And if that's true, and it is, then why are you living like you have forever? Why are you giving your days to things that don't matter? Why are you letting fear, comfort, and other people's opinions run your life? Here's the brutal truth. Nobody is coming to save you. No guru, no perfect plan, no magical moment when everything aligns. The permission you've been waiting for, it doesn't exist. The only person who can give you permission to live fully, to take risks, to build the life you actually want, is you. And every day you wait is a day you'll never get back. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a wake-up call. Because while you've been waiting, time has been moving. While you've been comfortable, your potential has been dying. While you've been afraid, your one precious life has been slipping through your fingers like sand. So I'm asking you again, are you living, or are you just existing? This message is not for everyone. It's not for people who are satisfied with mediocrity. It's not for those who've already given up. It's not for the ones who'd rather stay comfortable than become free. But if there's still a fire inside you, if you know deep down that you were meant for more, if you're tired of being a passenger in your own life, then this is for you. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 Stoic truths that will change everything. Not theories, not philosophies to debate. Real, battle-tested principles that have been used for over 2,000 years by warriors, emperors, and free men and women who refused to be slaves to circumstance. These truths will teach you how to stop waiting, how to own your life, and how to live with the kind of power and purpose that makes you untouchable. But I'm warning you, this requires something from you. It requires honesty. It requires courage. It requires that you look at your life without filters and admit where you've been weak. Can you do that? Can you face yourself? If you can, then let's begin. Number 1. You don't control outcomes. You control effort. Let me guess. You've been putting off your dreams because you're afraid they won't work out. You're afraid you'll fail. You're afraid people will judge you. You're afraid you'll look stupid, or weak, or unsuccessful. So instead of trying, you do nothing. And you tell yourself it's wisdom. You tell yourself you're being practical, realistic, cautious. But what you really are is afraid. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the greatest philosophers in history, said it plainly. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. You don't control whether your business succeeds. You don't control whether people like you. You don't control the economy, the weather, or what happened to you in the past. You don't control other people's reactions, their betrayals, their loyalty, or their love. But here's what you do control. your effort, your choices, your discipline, your response, your character. Most people spend their entire lives obsessing over what they can't control and ignoring what they can. They stress about outcomes. They worry about what people think. They replay the past. They fear the future. And in doing all that, they waste the only thing they actually have: this moment, the choice in front of them, the action they could take right now. A Stoic doesn't live that way. A Stoic wakes up and asks, "What can I control today?" And then they pour everything into that. They train when they don't feel like it. They work when it's hard. They show up when they're afraid. They act with integrity even when no one's watching, because they know that's the only place power lives, in the space between stimulus and response, in the gap where you decide who you are. Let me make this real for you. You can't control whether you get the job, but you can control the quality of your application. You can't control whether your partner stays, but you can control whether you show up as your best self. You can't control whether you win, but you can control whether you gave it everything you had. And when you shift your focus from outcomes to effort, something miraculous happens. You become free, free from fear, free from anxiety, free from the prison of external validation. The average person says, "I'll start when I know it'll work." The Stoic says, "I'll start because it's the right thing to do, regardless of the outcome." Type this in the comments if it resonates. I focus on effort, not outcomes. Number 2, comfort is your enemy. Discipline is your freedom. You've been lied to, sold a story, a fantasy that says the good life is about comfort, about ease, about doing what you want when you want without resistance, about sleeping in, eating what tastes good, avoiding hard conversations, and staying where it's safe. And you believed it. You built your life around it. And now you're miserable. Because comfort doesn't create happiness. Comfort creates weakness. It creates stagnation. It creates a version of you that's smaller, softer, and less alive than you're meant to be. Marcus Aurelius understood this. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Read that again. What stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle is not blocking your path. It is your path. The hard thing is not the thing you avoid. It's the thing you must do to become who you're capable of becoming. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something hard? Not because you had to, but because you chose to. When was the last time you woke up early even though your bed was warm? When was the last time you trained your body past the point of comfort? When was the last time you said no to instant gratification because you were building something bigger? If you can't answer that, you're not free. You're a slave to comfort, a slave to your impulses, a slave to whatever feels good in the moment, and slavery feels comfortable, until you realize you've given away your life one easy choice at a time. Discipline is the opposite. Discipline is choosing the hard thing now to create a better life later. Discipline is training your body, mastering your emotions, controlling your attention, keeping your word to yourself. It's doing what you said you'd do, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. The average person wakes up and asks, "What do I feel like doing today?" The Stoic wakes up and asks, "What do I need to do to become who I'm meant to be?" See the difference? One is reactive. One is proactive. One is weak. One is strong. One leads to regret. One leads to respect for yourself and from others. And here's the paradox. Discipline creates freedom. When you control your mornings, you control your days. When you control your habits, you control your future. When you control your mind, you control your life. The disciplined person doesn't need external circumstances to be perfect because they've built internal order. They are the calm in the storm. They are the rock when everything else is chaos. So stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are unreliable. Start building discipline. Build the habit of doing hard things. Build the identity of someone who keeps their promises to themselves. That's real power. That's real freedom. Comment this if you're ready. Discipline equals freedom. Number 3, your emotions are not reality. Master them, or they will master you. You're being controlled, right now, by invisible forces you don't even recognize. These forces are your emotions, your anger, your fear, your anxiety, your jealousy, your insecurity. They show up without warning, hijack your mind, and make you do things you regret. And the worst part? You've been taught to obey them, to follow them, to believe they're telling you the truth. But they're not. Your emotions are not reality. They're signals. They're reactions. They're patterns, most of them learned in childhood, reinforced by trauma, and amplified by a world that wants you reactive, distracted, and controllable. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most of your suffering is not coming from what's actually happening. It's coming from the story you're telling yourself about what's happening. The catastrophizing, the overthinking, the worst-case scenarios you're playing on repeat in your mind. That's not life. That's your untrained mind creating hell out of thin air. Let me give you an example. Someone cuts you off in traffic. You feel a surge of anger. Your heart races. Your hands grip the wheel. You start imagining what you'd say to them. You replay it over and over. You ruin the next 10 minutes of your drive. But what actually happened? A car changed lanes. That's it. Everything else, the rage, the story, the suffering, that was you. You did that to yourself. The Stoics knew this. They practiced something radical, emotional awareness without emotional slavery. They felt their emotions. They weren't robots, but they didn't let their emotions control them. They observed. They questioned. They chose their response. This is the skill that separates the powerful from the powerless, the ability to feel something without becoming it, to notice anger without acting from anger, to feel fear without being paralyzed by fear, to experience pain without letting it define you. Here's how you do it. When an emotion shows up, pause. Don't react. Don't suppress. Just observe. Say to yourself, "I'm feeling anger right now." Not, "I am angry." There's a difference. One is identification. One is observation. One gives the emotion power. One takes it back. Then ask yourself, is this emotion telling me the truth? Is the situation actually as bad as it feels? Or is this an old pattern showing up? Is this fear protecting me? Or is it holding me back? Is this anger justified, or am I just tired, hungry, or insecure? Most of the time, when you slow down and question your emotions, you realize they're liars. They're exaggerating. They're reacting to shadows. And once you see that, they lose their grip. You're no longer controlled. You're awake. The average person is a slave to their emotions. The Stoic is the master of them. Type this below if you're claiming your power. I master my emotions, they don't master me. Number 4, time is running out. Stop living like you have forever. You're going to die. Not someday. Not when you're old. Sooner than you think. and you don't know when. Could be 60 years from now. Could be 6 months. Could be tomorrow. The Stoics meditated on this every single day. They called it memento mori. Remember, you will die. Not to be morbid, not to be depressing, but to wake up. Because when you really understand that your time is limited, everything changes. Suddenly, wasting a day feels criminal. Suddenly, spending time with people you don't care about feels insane. Suddenly, holding grudges feels pointless. Suddenly, procrastinating on your dreams feels like betraying the gift of life itself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." Never beginning to live. That's the real tragedy. Not that you'll die, but that you'll get to the end and realize you never actually lived. That you played it safe. That you made yourself small. That you spent your days doing what was expected instead of what was true. That you waited for permission that never came. Let me tell you something you already know, but keep forgetting. Nobody cares about your life as much as you do. Nobody is tracking your days, your dreams, your potential. Nobody is going to hold you accountable for the person you didn't become. They're too busy with their own lives, their own fears, their own distractions. So if you're waiting for someone to give you permission to start, to change, to take the leap, you're going to be waiting forever. You have to be the one who decides. You have to be the one who says, "This is my life. I get one shot, and I'm not wasting it." Think about this. If you knew you only had 1 year left to live, would you still be doing what you're doing right now? Would you still be in that relationship that drains you? Would you still be at that job you hate? Would you still be avoiding that conversation? Would you still be afraid of what people think? Of course not. You'd cut through all the noise. You'd focus on what matters. You'd say what needs to be said. You'd take the risks you've been avoiding. You'd live with intensity, with presence, with purpose. So why are you waiting? Why are you acting like you have unlimited time? You don't. None of us do. Every moment you spend in distraction, in fear, in mediocrity, that's a moment you're never getting back. That's life, actual life, slipping through your fingers while you scroll, while you complain, while you wait for someday. The average person lives like they're immortal and then panics when they're not. The Stoic lives like they're mortal and finds peace in the truth. Here's your practice. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you do anything, remind yourself, "I will die. Today could be my last day." What does that mean for how I live it? What does that mean for what I do, who I spend time with, what I give my energy to? This isn't dark. This is clarity. This is power. This is the secret to living fully. Because when you accept death, you're no longer afraid of life. When you remember you're temporary, you stop wasting your time. When you know the clock is ticking, you start moving. Comment this if you're done waiting. Today is the day I start living. Number 5. You are not your thoughts. You are the space in which they appear. Your mind is a battlefield. Right now, there's a war happening inside your head. Thoughts are colliding. Doubts are screaming. Fears are whispering. Regrets are replaying. Desires are pulling. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, you're trying to figure out who you are and what you should do. And it's exhausting. But here's what most people don't realize. You are not your thoughts. You are not the voice in your head. You are not the endless stream of mental chatter that narrates your life. You are the awareness behind it. You are the space in which all of it appears. And when you understand this, really understand it, everything changes. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your thoughts are not facts. They're interpretations, they're guesses, they're patterns. Most of them are unconscious, habitual, and conditioned by your past. And most of them are wrong. They catastrophize, they distort, they exaggerate, they lie. And if you believe every thought that crosses your mind, you'll live in chaos. But if you learn to observe your thoughts, to watch them without attaching to them, you gain something most people never experience: mental freedom. You stop being jerked around by every worry, every impulse, every fear. You become stable, centered, grounded, untouchable. Here's how this works in practice. A thought appears: "I'm not good enough." The average person believes it. They feel the weight of it. They start collecting evidence for it. They spiral. But the Stoic notices it. They say, "There's a thought that I'm not good enough." And immediately, there's distance. There's space. The thought doesn't have power anymore because it's been seen for what it is, just a thought, not truth, not identity, just mental noise. The same goes for fear. A thought appears. This is going to fail. The average person stops. They give up. They play it safe. The Stoic notices the thought and says, "That's fear talking." But fear is not a prophet. Fear is a protector, and sometimes it protects me from exactly what I need to do. Then they act anyway. This is the ultimate form of control. Not controlling what thoughts show up. You can't do that. But controlling how you respond to them. Choosing which thoughts you give attention to and which ones you let pass like clouds in the sky. The average person is a prisoner of their mind. The Stoic is the observer, the master, the one in control. Your practice is simple. Watch your thoughts. Don't judge them. Don't fight them. Don't try to make them go away. Just notice them. Label them. That's a fear thought. That's a judgment thought. That's a memory. That's a fantasy. And in that noticing, you reclaim your power. You realize, I am not my thoughts. I am the one who sees them. And that makes all the difference. Type this if you're waking up. I am not my thoughts. I am awareness. Let me bring this all together. Because this isn't just philosophy. This isn't just wisdom. This is your life. Your one short, irreplaceable life. And you're standing at a crossroads right now. One path leads to more of the same. Waiting, worrying, wishing things were different. The other path leads to freedom, action, discipline, ownership, truth. The Stoics didn't talk about these principles because they were intellectuals sitting in ivory towers. They talked about them because they were in the arena. Marcus Aurelius was leading armies. Seneca was navigating betrayal and exile. Epictetus was born into slavery. These were men who faced chaos, pain, and uncertainty, and they found a way to live with dignity, with purpose, with strength. And they left us a message that transcends time, a message that cuts through all the noise of modern life and speaks directly to the part of you that knows you're capable of more. You don't control outcomes, you control effort. So give everything you have to what you can actually influence. Build your character, train your body, master your craft. Show up with integrity. That's power. You don't find freedom in comfort. You find it in discipline. So choose the hard thing. Do what you said you'd do. Build the habits that build the life. That's strength. You don't have to be controlled by your emotions. You can master them. You can observe them. You can choose your response. That's wisdom. You don't have unlimited time. The clock is ticking. So stop waiting. Stop procrastinating. Stop living like someday is guaranteed. That's urgency. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees them. So stop identifying with the noise. Start living from the space of awareness. That's liberation. This is the Stoic path. It's not easy. It's not comfortable. But it's real. It's powerful. It's the difference between being a victim of life and being the author of it. Between being asleep and being awake. Between waiting for permission and owning your existence. So I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you ready? Are you ready to stop waiting? Are you ready to take responsibility? Are you ready to stop blaming, stop complaining, stop making excuses? Are you ready to own your life before it's too late? Because it will be too late. One day you'll run out of time. One day you'll look back and realize how much you wasted, how much you gave away, how much you lost because you were afraid or distracted or waiting for the perfect moment. And in that moment, you'll wish, desperately wish, that you could go back, that you could have one more chance, that you could tell yourself, start now, don't wait, own your life. Well, this is that moment. This is your chance. This is the universe, or fate, or God, or whatever you believe in giving you a sign, telling you, wake up. It's time. No more excuses. No more delays. No more waiting for permission that doesn't exist. You are enough right now to start. You have enough right now to begin. You know enough right now to take the first step. So take it. Today. Not tomorrow. Not when you're ready. Now. Because the Stoic knows something that most people never learn. The perfect moment doesn't exist. There's only this moment. And this moment is asking you, what will you do with it? Will you waste it? Or will you claim it? Will you let fear win? Or will you let courage speak? Will you stay small? Or will you become who you were always meant to be? The choice is yours. It always has been. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for circumstances to be perfect. They won't be. They never are. But you can still move. You can still act. You can still become. And when you do, when you finally stop waiting and start owning, you'll discover something incredible. Something the Stoics knew. Something that can't be taught, only experienced. You'll discover that freedom was never out there. It was never in success, or approval, or perfect conditions. It was always inside you, waiting for you to claim it, for you to choose it, for you to live it. So here's what I want you to do, right now, before you click away, before you scroll to the next thing, before you go back to distraction. I want you to make a decision, a real decision, a commitment, not to me, to yourself. Decide, I'm done waiting. I'm done making excuses. I'm done letting fear run my life. I'm done being a passenger. I'm taking control, starting today, and then prove it. Not with words, with action, with discipline, with follow-through. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Have the conversation you've been delaying. Start the project you've been planning. Take the first step you've been too afraid to take. Do it today, not perfectly, just honestly, just courageously. And then do it again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, until discipline becomes identity, until action becomes character, until the person you're becoming is stronger than the person you were. That's the Stoic path. That's how you own your life. That's how you stop waiting and start living. Now, I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me, what's the one thing you've been waiting for permission to do? What's the one area of your life where you've been playing small? What's the one change you know you need to make, but haven't? Be honest. Be vulnerable. This is your moment. And if this message hit you, if something inside you shifted, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to this channel because we're building a community of people who refuse to be average. People who choose discipline over comfort. People who are awake, not asleep. People who own their lives. Keep walking the Stoic path, warrior. The world needs more people like you. People who think. People who act. People who refuse to wait for permission to live fully. You are one of them. Now prove it. I'll see you in the next one.